Hello and welcome. My name is Nidaus. This is episode 44 of our Let's Play campaign of Angels Mod tutorial Let's Play. So this is again another summary between the last and the previous and the next live stream. So this is summary of what we did in the last live stream and some thoughts, some reflections on what went right and what went wrong. So the base is and because the last thing we did was actually we prepared the yellow. Which one of these colors is yellow? The red and the green signs, as well as preparing all the materials for the blue signs. So what I did here is I've dragged in the blue signs. And okay, so what are you? Oh, really? Okay. So I dragged in the blue signs, but as I looked at the blue signs, it was basically all of the items I just brought in. So it was simply just a matter of building this little thing, and it seemed like kind of a waste. So I decided to also expand it into making military signs. Let's actually mark it here just so we know that it's there. There we go. Military science is extremely intense on consuming iron. But you can see here just, what is that? That's 12 of these just producing. Yeah, I don't have anything that I'm not particularly using a lot of this, but because there's no, there are no enemies here. And that's kind of the thing that I should reflect on, is that this is, and that was mentioned to me also in chat, that by the fact that there are no enemies, you also miss this constant consumption of materials in building military science, but also particularly in just supplying more fuel, more ammo to the front lines. That's a bit of something to consider when you disable biters completely, because that means something will not be necessary. I'm just gonna take some of these just to illustrate when it kicks back in. What happens is that they are being brought into these locations. I have set up notifications here. When they reach 0, it'll mark it on the map. I think we are pretty much good to go. Oh, that's interesting. Now it switches from gray to blue, not gray and blue. That doesn't matter. Okay, what we are seeing here is all of this is producing gray. No, not gray. Military and blue science. Let's hitch a ride here and go up and look at where it is being consumed. Because then it goes up here, nice neat lines. We have a bit of an issue with this amount of sapphirite and givolite. This needs to go into the production of more iron and manganese, together with the rubite that we have over here. That would be really nice, because those are the 3 items we need heading into this location. Sapphirite, rubite, givolite. That would be really nice if we could start getting some decent demand. Look how slow this is moving. I really need it to kick into gear. This is our science facility. Very, very neat. It's primarily built around this being symmetrical. By the time we get beacons, we will of course change it, because they could be much more efficient like that. But at this point, it will be able to consume all of the science we're throwing at it. At this point, we don't really have a lot of things that we must have, but like vehicle things, and not particularly interesting. We go down here, and then, yeah, because once we have this, we're actually going to get science really fast. This is stuff we can do, just get some crafting speed upgrade, because yes, I am a filthy handcrafter, so why not? Now, as we did this, and maybe we can trigger it to happen again, we saw that as the entire science facility kicks into gear, we are getting in trouble when it comes to our power. So I started looking at figuring out how to build power. There are kind of 2 ways of doing it. There's either solar power, or there's nuclear power. Of course, there's also still steam power, but it just doesn't scale so well. Because I know that this base will be kind of UPS updates per second intensive, I want to make sure that we... Okay, this is still keeping up. I want to make sure that this is... it's going to have a low UPS impact. And unfortunately, the problem with nuclear fuel is that it uses so many updates, because of all the liquids flowing back and forth and steam being stored and all that stuff. And it's kind of impractical, plus all the stuff on the belts. Let's keep this running. No, I can't even do that anymore. But let's have a look at the power at this point. Well, yeah, there we go. Thank you for illustrating it. So what I did is I built a location here, which will be making the ingredients we need to build a new, or to build solar farms. That means substations for the power, A lot of solar panels. You can see they're going crazy here. A lot of accumulators. What happens is they're being sent here. 500 of each. And the idea here, the concept of this is that it'll never run out. It'll just always be producing. The one thing I have to be mindful of is this out here. It's not always able to keep up with the flow. If we go back from here, this one, you can see it's requesting 2000, but that's simply because it has the slow robots. That's also something we built. We built in our mall. We built some better work. Oops, that's Nilaus driving for you. We built some slower robots, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go over and take them into this location, the electronic circuits location here. How many are active? Okay, I will start by... Where are they all? Here they are. How many are now active? Not many. What about here? Oh, okay. Basically what I have to do is something different. I'll go in here and say these are marked Cargobot Mark 2. There we go. And then it's a matter of taking all the slow ones. These are slow ones. Slow, slow, slow. It'll be quite obvious which ones are the slow ones. Because we really don't want them to be operational here. This is probably something I should be doing right now, but I'll do it anyway. We should be start seeing a difference with the fast ones. Oops. No, it should be taken like this. Now we can see the fast ones coming in. And how big the difference is between the slow and the fast ones. Oh, that was a fast one, wasn't it? Yep, that was a fast one. Slow, slow. These are the slow ones. Pick up whenever you see the slow ones, because you don't want those sent around here anymore. That's a slow one. And that's a slow one here. That one's slow. That's a slow one. Oh, why am I doing this? This is the kind of things where whenever I get stuck with this, I always just have a tough time just undoing this. Or saying, I'll continue this later. It's always just like, oh, just one more, just one more, just one more, just one more. I have no idea how many I have. But, oh yeah, I should do 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 9 more. That's not much. We'll get the 9 more just for sports. There's one there. That one's there. See if I can grab it. Boom. Or else, see, it works much faster. That one is also a slow one. There. Cool. That's a slow one. How many do we have? We need 3 more. And there. That's a fast. You just shout if you see one. Cargobot. Yes. How many do we have? We need 1 more. Where are you? Come on, Slowbot. I was sure we had that. Maybe I should have checked it before. That's the one. That's the one. Oop. There we go. We are now at 250 exactly. And most of them are not being operated on. So, this one should be good to go. I hope. We'll... Whoa. We'll just go in here and make sure. Okay, let's head down and check what we are... Oh, man. Here. Okay, so this one should now be keeping up. Well, it isn't keeping up. And there goes the last of it. And it should be coming in now. Good. So, all of this is going out on these belts. What I've also decided, you can see that when we get over here, you can see it's quite a while, which is a bit of a shame because at some point they'll be needing to stack up on the belts. This is our stop location. It contains at this point 2.4, yeah, 2.5 of those, and what is that? 2.7. Oh yeah, this looks a bit strange. And 900. Okay, so 2.6. Yeah, this is excellent. Now, here we are kind of in trouble with some other things, yeah? Copy, paste. They go in here. Boom. Good. Now these should be starting to stockpile back on the belt. Okay, so what we're looking at here, these are a cargo charging station. If you take one of these, this one has a... okay, you need a power, I suppose. Charging station, this is where it charges. It should be pretty good at charging. What does it say? It has 4 charging stops because I need so much to charge. The reason why I'm choosing this in favor of this one is because the normal roboport is 4x4, plus it has such a big area that it's very easy to sort of go over the edges. This one doesn't have any logistics area, but it has a giant construction area. And let's see. Now, does that actually work? Does it overlap construction? No, it actually needs to be part of it. I'll have a look if this makes sense. But what I also have is this one. This is our actual logistics area. This covers much more ground. It's a 2x2. It does have a strange hitbox though, but it's 2x2, which means it takes a spot of one of the accumulators instead of one of the... so this takes a spot of one of the solar panels. This takes a spot of one of the accumulators, which is much nicer than trying to fit in a 4x4. Especially when the 4x4 needs to be in the middle. So that's the reason why we've done it like that. What I've also built is a train station. We are not going to go there, but we can just have a look at it. Train station all the way down, because my intention is that the solar panels will be built all the way down here. That's a huge amount of space. And then I'll have my solar city down here. The idea is we get in, we unload things there in logistics storage facilities like this. And from here, we'll have a lot of construction robots that will just go out, construct, go back, go out, construct. And as more trains come in, all I need to do is just stamp down some more blueprints. They will include radars, charging stations, and zone expanders. That should be all that's needed to get this up and running. Once it's up and running, this will be something automated, and it'll just continue to go down. I will just eventually have to overwrite these and just build on top of it, because basically I'll say anything below this line will be power, and anything above will obviously be the base. So that's what we're going to do next time. We're going to build some automated solar expansion thing. Not exactly building a... Actually, you know what? We could add the recursive and then just play with that and try to get recursive blueprint up and running. I'll see about it. But at this point, this is where we are. We also have a need to increase this. The one thing that is concerning about this space is the fact that you can see here, this one is stuck and it's not performing particularly well, despite us setting more and better robots at it, because they just have to come here all the time. And there's always... No, there's actually not enough. This just needs to be increased then. So I need to double all of this up to make sure they can produce. But at this point, once... Okay, what is it? Okay, see, this is also getting in trouble. And that's pretty much what we'll... Oh, they're also slow. But that's pretty much what we are seeing here, is that with this production facility up and running, it's primarily actually the substations that are going absolutely crazy. You can see here the substations, but the substations, that's also because they were kind of... Oops, where is it? Hey, where did they go? Here. They're kind of overfilled on substations, 700, 800, and that starts stacking up back, but that's going to be a lot of belt storage. I hate that. What I can consider is one of the very old bases I did was I had a separate logistics network only operating in this area, which means that instead of having belts back and forth, I would have robots, which meant that it served kind of like a logistics train network, where things were provided into the network, such as this. They got something from the network and they provided something to the network. And if for whatever reason something was not there, it just needs huge buffers, because, for example, let's say this needs copper. Well, the copper is coming from... Okay, the copper is not coming that far, but eventually things will go really quite a distance. And in this network, the robot train network, it could be. And I think that might be what we want to do, because it could give us some flexibility, and it'll... I mean, as beautiful as this is, it is also just... I'm not gonna say highly inefficient, but it doesn't seem to. It has the constraint that things are either one belt or two belt or zero belt or three belts, and that doesn't give us a lot of flexibility. I want something that can scale up fast and scale down fast. If I, for example, say I need two more belts here, well, that's going to be idle most of the time. But once in a while, when everything goes at peak performance, what we can also see like this, these three lanes out are going three different locations, but each one of these might consume more than a full belt, and that means I need to drag yet another belt in. The iron has exactly the same problem. Two this way, two, three that way. I mean, at some point, it doesn't make sense to keep when I have three belts in and five belts out. Does that make sense? Not in my book. So I need to revisit this. This is something I'd like to discuss on our next stream, both how to do this and also look at recursive blueprint to make an automatic solar expanding. I think that could be really fun to do together. Anyway, that's what we've done and the plans for the future. So you can see there are many big infrastructure projects as well as continued teching. The next big tech leap will be aluminium and gold probably, but primarily aluminium, so that we can get into the next tier of machines. And that's also needed for primarily, I think that's basically just to keep teching a bit. Okay, so thank you very much for joining. I hope that you appreciate these summary sessions between the actual streams. And the next stream will not be on Friday because I have a meetup with some of the viewers, supporters coming to Denmark. So there will be no stream on Friday, but we'll be back on Monday again. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be seeing you either in stream or back here on YouTube. Take care.